Hey everybody, welcome back to our CWL War recaps. This is our matchup for week number 2, and we faced off against the guys at Reddit Omega, and that score was definitely not what we were hoping for out of this matchup. We just had a terribly off war, and the guys at Omega delivered pretty much one of their standard performances, and that's one of the differences between being on that top tier and trying to get there. The guys that are trying to get there, like us, who we know we can have these performances. Some wars, and we need to do it every war. So, we had one of those good performances last week, just didn't this week. Good game to the guys at Omega. No excuses on our side. They just, they ended up wrecking us in the end. So, good job to those guys. We did have a couple of nice replays I'll be able to share with you guys, despite the outcome. This attack here was completely a completely fresh hit. There was no scout on this. We certainly did not have many attacks to spare for scouts, which it cascades down up and down the board whenever you do things like that. The way this worked out, though, he was able to put down this one bowler over here to make his funnel, and his queen, with a little bit of tanking from a giant, is going to eliminate some pathing options that these Valks and BK would have had. So when the queen comes in, eliminates that path, these Valks and the BK he's going to drop a rage on them, and they are going to go directly in, jump in there, clear out some pretty valuable stuff, and kill the defending queen, and the BK passes out and hightails it out of there. So not much left with that guy, but queen does die over here, getting down the wizard tower there, and he starts his Lalo from over here at this 3 o'clock side. If you notice, his base does not have much in its core, just the sweepers, and so he was able to do a pretty standard Lalo, and because of his push that he had into the base, that eliminated a whole lot of options for pathing. So his loons, he just went really heavy down here at the 6 o'clock side, and those really heavy loons with a rage, and has a heal spell for them coming out the back end over here for these last wizard tower, last couple of Teslas, and that last AD. So he had run out of his hounds, but just completely overwhelmed. It had so many loons left, and was able to take this base out. Kept a couple of minions in his camps for cleanup help, and so there's just another minute here to clean up. I'm gonna go ahead and times for this guy. This is a really nice hit. This was exceptionally nice hit when you consider there was no scout here involved in this. Just excellent work. Our guys had a lot of bad luck with getting really any chance at all to do many 10v10s at all. We were struggling at our 10v11, and our 9 struggled, so there weren't scouts to go around, but it did not stop that attack. So excellent work there. Here's a couple of Town Hall 9 attacks I get to share with you guys. Here is Ghost, and he has a little shatter with some Lalo that he's going to come in, and Ghost is our man for the swag. Ghost seemingly could hit a 70k base with about with about 150 troops base and not sweat. So he comes in here and is able to get down the defending CC, and makes a big enough funnel so that his bowlers and queen and king all take a nice path into the base, and he has a rage for them when they get in there, and he's also going to heal them a little bit prematurely to make sure he doesn't lose those bowlers. And those bowlers have some awesome bounces on these defenses that are all kind of stacked on top of each other, and they're all chilling in that rage, putting down a whole lot of value. His queen bounces out, and she's actually going to get some decent value over here. She's going to put down a few more defenses, and he's going to start his Lalo down here with no more air defenses left. This base does have some air skellies, but the skellies aren't going to stop this all-out onslaught, and still has some tanking in the core with the Expo. That wizard tower is still being tanked by that golem. Just now the Expo flipped around, but that wizard tower and this Tesla over here are still tanked, so this heal spell really wasn't even that much needed to get through those wizard towers, but he had it for them just in case. The skeleton spells are putting in a little bit of work there on his loons, but with the king, who just kind of strolled around, still has his BK ability. He does have a troll Tesla over here, but he had 6 more loons that he never deployed. So he is going to give them a little parade across and has plenty with his king and queen still up, plenty to deal with the cleanup of this base. A very nice attack there, Ghost. Always can count on him, and I think I'm going to be able to recap his second hit as well. This is a really nice hit by Cap here. He was able to get a pretty solid value with a naked queen walk up here at 12 o'clock with he is going to roll into a little bit of a stoned hit with one of those golems. This first one's going to be mostly gone by then, but he puts down a haste and some loons down here to just overwhelm and quickly get in on that mortar. Getting that mortar down will just make sure that his golems don't walk down there when he is making this funnel, and he's able to get the primary thing down here that could have caused his troops to wander. He gets it eliminated, and with this other Tesla down here, it was nice because he might not have had that that archer tower there tanked, but because of that external Tesla, he was able to have this tanked, and so his wizards were able to kind of stroll down there and get down that archer tower, and definitely nowhere for his bowlers or for his queen to stroll. So he rolls them all in there with a single jump, gets pretty deep access to the base because of this long compartment here in the middle, and he has access to the queen by way of that jump as well. So he raises up his bowlers, throws down a heal on all of them to make sure that they stay up, and then he has some back end hogs that are going to start coming around getting these exterior archer towers that are out here, because a lot of the DPS on this base is on the outside with those archer towers and with the Teslas. But he still has so much alive in the core there. He's just now using his BK ability. His queen is hanging back nicely behind those golems. Golems still have a good deal of life down there, and he still has, I think, all of his bowlers. He might have lost one or two of them. Actually, no, I think that's all of them. He still has all of his bowlers. So no trouble with cleanup either, with his heroes living to the end and his bowlers living to the end. So puts in his last little pack of hogs up here to eliminate those cannons and to get onto that air defense. That air defense ends up being the last building to go down. So very nice, nice hit there, Cap. Here's another one of Ghost's hits. Doing another kind of similar meta attack, just doing a shatter. And he's going to jump in. This base has all four of these air defenses weighted on this side over here. And he's going to get in there and get on those guys before he puts in a whole lot of loons. He's got 17 loons and just a single hound. I think he might have a hound. No, he's definitely got bowler CC. Here we go. Was able to make a pretty cheap funnel up here with this minion and this giant and a couple wizards. So really clever. Good work there with that. I really like that. And he was also able to get down that air defense. So that air defense would have been out of the range of the bowlers, obviously, and also the queen. So this air defense is in range of his queen, so his queen gets that one down, and then that's all four of the air defenses down. He begins his Lalo now, and he also still has his stuff in the core rolling through. He's going to get down both of this. He's going to flank the sweeper with his queen. So no sweepers to deal with now. Still has just big packs of loons. He looned really heavy over here because there ended up being all the Teslas on this backside of the base. So the base was relatively set up to defend against this, but probably with in mind someone coming in with some backside hogs or something like that. Anyways, it just was not enough, and so he ends up with a whole heck of a lot of loons, his bowlers, his heroes, still has his queen phase, heal, and a haste, all left up, all for swag. So really nice attack again there. I'll go ahead and speed up this cleanup. So we didn't have a terrible war at Town Hall 9. It was just, I don't know what it was. We just did not perform the way we wanted. But thankfully we still have a couple good attacks to share, some really replays. And here's our last one I'll share with you guys. Another really heavy loon attack that is going to just overwhelm the space. He's got 7 haste spells, a single heal to deal with some paired up wizard towers down here. But he's able to, with just a giant and a wizard, a little bit of tanking from the giant and his king and queen, to just rush in here, put down this defending AQ, and along with that, get a couple of nice value on getting down these defenses with getting down an archer tower, getting down. I think he might get down the second wizard tower, his queen. No, it looks like his queen is going to go the other way. Oh, no, she did. So, yeah, she passed pretty nicely. He goes ahead, snipes off that mortar, uses his AQ ability, and gets down that wizard tower. And then he's just going to put in a big old wall of loons over here. This was a cleanup on the space, so he knew that there was going to be a hound in the CC, and so he just exploited it. So came in really hard, really heavy on both sides of this base, overwhelming these air defenses that were near the kind of near that external ring, and so he was able to just loon really heavily and haste his loons to just come in really quickly, get down the air defenses, and then come through and get down the rest of the base without much trouble. The biggest trouble he had was just that he just got that one hound to pop at the end, but almost not having a whole lot of cleanup. But did have some minions to account for cleanup, and a loon that he put in to get down that town hall quickly. So very nice attack there. Good game again to the guys at Omega. Not really any excuses worth offering other than, you know, I think we can do that. I certainly, we all know that we can do better than this. So guys at Alchemy, we're going to buckle down. We got a really nice midweek coming in, and hopefully we'll get another one after that. We'll work out whatever kinks happened this weekend and move on, and hopefully not have too many more of these losses going forward. But great is Alchemy. See you guys next time.